Shout out Bruce Gas, aka Toka 2. You know I had to drop a trap for my boy.
Hey, Click, where you at?
Yeah, I've been in your rapping boys out here telling favors. I'm the hardest young nigga, I ain't signed to no label. Hey, Bruce Gas putting them fights on the table. Calling that me a rapping boy versus Abel. Smoking so much gas, you would think that shit was fatal. I'm the people's champion like Muhammad Ali. Shout out Bruce Gas, one day we gon' meet. Yeah, we gon' blow it down, we gon' smoke with hella weed. Yeah, we gon' blow it down, take a hit out the Toka 2. Slipping hella shots, feel like Tyson with the peak. Little Glock on my side, but it hit just like Isaac Cruz. Shout out man, Chad, real shit, that's my fucking dude. We always cooking on the pan. Strapped to my side, I ain't talking about no sandwich. Bruce passed me the blunt, I'ma light it like a candle. Ayy, non-stop bars, man, I always spit flames. Feel like Bruce Gas always got a different strain. Bitch, you ain't like me, you can never feel my pain. You win and you lose, well, this a fight game. Don't beef on the net and the shit won't change. Said that on the stream, gotta do it for the game. Said that on the stream, gotta do it for the chat. I ain't undisputed, yeah, hold on, I ain't undisputed, but I want all the straps.
Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Good morning. Good morning from Bristol, Rhode Island. Interesting fight weekend this weekend, man. Very interesting fight weekend. I'm glad I got a few people who stopped in here, man. I'm gonna make some phone calls here. I'm gonna call my buddy Leon Mohammed up. Leon's a legend in boxing. I don't know if you cats know who Leon Mohammed is, but Leon Mohammed was in Muhammad Ali's corner. He was in Sugar Ray Leonard's corner. He's got some stories, man. This guy is he was the captain in the Nation of Islam. Huge influence on boxers from the past and even today. I'm gonna give him a buzz in a second. Let me shout out who's in here first of all, man. Punching Bag Skunk stopped in earlier. Acknowledge me. He's my brother, my fellow Rhode Island boxer. Greg Towns, Punching Bag Skunk, man. Ghetto Greg from East Providence. Shout out to you, brother. Mr. Paz, my man. I appreciate you coming by. Swoop Like Me. Thank you for swooping by, my sister. I appreciate that. Johnny Boy Crack. A pleasure to see you, my man. Jose Diaz, the fisherman from Miami. Shout out to you, my brother. Punch, how you doing, my man? Nando Lamas, salute, my man. Thank you for coming by. Skywalker, appreciate it, my brother. JC, thank you guys for coming in here, man. I'm gonna give brother Leon a call and see what he's up to, man. He's a real interesting guy, and he's got a lot to say. And let's give him a buzz and see if he answers the phone. Let's see what's up over here. We have to try another number, I think.
Please leave your message for sports.
Yeah, that one didn't work. Let me try another number here. Yeah, just did something with my phone, and it's coming in. Instead of white on black, it's black on white, eh? And it's kind of a little hard to read these numbers here, but 813. Let's get this number in here. Man, I got this Google phone over here. This Google thing in my StreamYard. And let's see. 813 516 9154. Let's see if this number works.
No.
Yeah, Leon, I think I have the wrong number. I'm sorry. Damn. I've got to try this again here, man. This is driving me nuts. 1,000 pardons out there. But I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to do this again here, man. Eight, 1, 3. Let me try this one more time here. Oh, wait a minute. No, we don't.
The mailbox is.
Let's try this here, man. One more time. One more time. One more time.
Please leave your message for 813-516-91.
I'm having all kind of trouble here, man. I'm going to try this one more time. 313. Going through two numbers on this phone is enough to drive me crazy. 313 516. Yeah, let me try this one more time and see if I can get through here. Thank you for bearing with me here. Thank you for bearing with me.
Yeah.
Leon!
Yeah, my brother.
What's happening, my brother? What's happening, my brother? Hey, man, I finally got through to you. I got Leon Mohammed. Yeah, I finally got through to you. I was having a tough time in the beginning here, man. A pleasure to talk to you, man. We're talking to Leon Mohammed out there. Leon, what did you think? What did you think of what happened this weekend?
Well, think it's over and let's think about it. They rushed the kid. Austin Bernard made a mistake. They rushed the kid the same thing they did with Canelo. Same thing Emmanuel Stewart did with Tommy Hearn. In 1981, September 16th on a Thursday night at Caesar Palace against Ray Leonard. You can't rush these guys. The kid is not a killer. He's a technician. Killer you can rush. If that had been Smoking Joe, you can rush him because he's not a tag motherfucker. When you got a kid that's just a trained out boxer that a banger with a pretty clear left hook, what the left hook don't connect, then the kid is lost. That's what happened.
All right.
And then the main thing was that contract hurt that kid. That dehydrate contract. It hurt the kid. You can see it going into the ring. For those that know boxing, know that you don't sign no contract. I spoke with Bernard yesterday for a few minutes. He said, old timer, oh gee, I told him not to sign it. Oscar told him, but he is his own man and he wanted to sign. Because he felt that he would be all right. He took a chance. The kid doesn't see another day. And the kid will be all right. He's gonna make a lot more money than he made Saturday night because he got a whole country following him. They can put him in a position, they can get all the guys that done got knocked off on AM2 this year and bring his kid back. Who knows what Tank gonna do because of his lifestyle. I wish Tank well. But it is what it is, Bruce. The game ain't the same. To your listeners, you got to know the politics of this game. This kid would rush too soon. Same thing I said before with Tommy and with Canelo. But Canelo turned out to be a superstar because he can really fight.
What happened with Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard? What was that rehydration clause? Because I never heard of that, Leon, and I've been around for a while.
Here's what it is. It wasn't no dehydration clause. If that Emmanuel rushed him at 22, he had just turned 23. He wasn't, even though he had a good amateur record, but he wasn't as seasoned as Ray was. Ray was able to catch him. Emmanuel knew that he had a good puncher, but he also knew he had a guy that with a chin like scrambled eggs. Emmanuel knew this, that he had a guy with a bad leg. And it's scrambled eggs for a 10. Emmanuel knows it. And when you don't put your guy, even though he's a puncher, but you don't gamble like that. Even though the marbles were there, but sometimes you can't play marbles with a guy that shoots better than you. And look what Ray did. He blind Ray in one eye, but Ray walked him down. Look what happened. Ray came on in the second fight, had him. But the two knocked him. If Ray don't get knocked down twice, Ray would have got him again. But the knockdowns hurt Ray in that fight.
All right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do, man. Yeah, I do. Why did Emmanuel Stewart do that? Why did he push Thomas Hearns into a fight like that so fast?
Well, at that time, see, Mike Trainer was a very smart guy. Mike Trainer was very smart. He got the money that Emmanuel wanted. Emmanuel thought he was going to buy that building. And then once he got the money, the city didn't sell him the building. Cost him. There was a lot of politics in that fight. There was a lot of empty promise made for Emmanuel, but nobody delivered. Tommy got what he was promised. See, Am stayed away from that fight, from the first field. Am stayed away. Am stayed away, and Dan Dugan and his family won the first field. That's how the Dubas became big. That's how the Dubas became able, with Shirley Finkel, to get the whole 84 team, except Berger Hill and Tony Tucker. Cedric Cushman wound up with Tony Tucker, and this lawyer out of Vegas, and Eddie Fletcher wound up with Berger Hill. And you know the other kids, the other two kids that want to go, you didn't hear nothing about it. Not them. Jerry Page and Stephen McCoy. Stephen went on to fight for the title, but but he didn't get the recognition as the rest of them that won a gold in '84.
I got you, bro. I got you.
That's the same, Bruce. So you and your parents is the same as but Leo Randolph, who won the gold in '76, got more press than Stevie McCoy. Got more press than Stevie. He won the world title and quit boxing and went to drive the bus for 30 years at Tacoma, Washington, where he was from.
Damn.
And Johnny Bumpers, my late partner, never got the shot at the crown because of Jimmy Carter. And I love the former president. And I hope he's doing well down there in Georgia.
My friend Joe, who's from Ireland, he wants to know if you can tell us any Leon Spinks, any Leon Spinks stories.
There's nothing to tell. Leon was a damn fool. What do you want me to tell you?
How come Leon was a fool? What did he do? Give us some insight, my brother. You were in camp.
Insight on a dead man? The man is dead. There's nothing to tell. Leon was a damn fool. He blew the coop. He walked away from the plan we had for him. He walked away. Michael came, and Michael made sure he kept his word with the late Butch Lewis. Leon told the truth, and he crossed everybody. Ain't nothing to say. Leon's dead. Let the no good motherfucker rest.
No. But Leon was an exceptional talent, though, wasn't he?
Leon was not that talented. Leon just had a lot of heart. Leon had a lot of heart, and he didn't take the fight. He could have made just as much money as his brother made, but he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight. You see, he didn't want to fight Norton. That's how Norton became world champion.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Jose Suleiman stripped him. If he'd have fought Norton would have beat him, and Ali would have got the chance to make history. Unless he did the fourth fight with Norton. Yeah, look at the politics. It was all a script, Bruce. Leon was told what to do. He won the first fight, and he was well taken care of for New Orleans and September 15th of 1978 on a Friday night. He was well taken care of. He knew what he had to do. Go on to the club, Leon. Do what you want to do. Hang out and get 20 girls. Do what you want to do. Just show up Friday night, September 15th, 1978.
Damn.
And everybody thinks that was a top-ranked promotion, wasn't it? It was a Don Hubbard promotion, Don Hubbard and New Orleans promotion. New Orleans. Am was there. Am started to think with me and Butch and Don Hubbard, but it wasn't Am's show. It was Don Hubbard's show. Because the governor Meade, if you know anything about Governor Meade that went to jail, he was with all the brothers down there, and Don Hubbard was in charge of the Superdome. If you're in charge of the Superdome, why would you give the promotion to some guy, some Harvard lawyer, when you get the whole pie? And that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened.
Man.
That's what happened.
Man, that night he beat Ali. That was an amazing night.
But Leon gave us so much trouble that week, man. I was glad the fight was over. He left the training camp in the daytime, go sit in the pool hall with his thumb in his mouth, looking at girls and why did you cool?
I guess that's a tough way to.
Call the police, Eddie. I ain't going. There you go. Yeah, that's the whole thing, Bruce. That's the whole. It's the same when you say 12? 12 o'clock. Same when you say 12, go in there and tell that you want to raise it. Okay? What you said? I want you to go in there and tell that you want to raise it. So, you see what I'm saying, Bruce?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
The week of the fight, Leon slipped out the camp. And once we got to New Orleans, went in some pool hall in New Orleans, was sitting there with his thumb in his mouth, When me and Georgia Benton found me, I said, Georgia. Okay, I'm coming. So I said to Georgia, leave him alone. Because if you bother him now, he may get on a plane to go on to St. Louis, then we all gonna lose. So Don Hubbard says to Hubbard Muhammad to put some of the Muslims around Leon. So that's when we know when we go to talk to Leon got a whole bunch of gang members from St. Louis around him. Said Leon ain't sending Leon nowhere. If he want to go home, he's going home. So we want to create a problem 3 or 4 days before the fight. Old trainer Sam Solomon is going crazy. It was a hell of a night, man.
Wow, crazy stories, man. Did you know Leon was going to lose that rematch? Brother Leon?
You see what I'm saying, Bruce?
Did you know Leon was going to lose that fight?
Huh?
Did you know Leon was going to lose that rematch?
Rick Shaw could see that.
Okay.
And he was blind.
Yeah. Okay.
That was what it was, Bruce. Everybody knew that Leon, it was a fluke. Ali didn't get in shape. We in Deer Lake, we tell him to get in shape. This bum can't beat me because he want a gold medal. He ain't me. And then Ali was at the end of the road. He was really done. To tell the truth, he was my man. He was done. And we was done when we came back from Manila. He was done. He went on to defend the title. He picked the Butch and Herb and them picked the right fighter, Richard Dunn. And the only tough guy after Manila that we fought was Jimmy Young.
Okay.
Was Jimmy Young. He gave us some real problems. But then Jimmy didn't really. A lot of people thought Jimmy won that fight and I never met him, but Jimmy wasn't gonna get it. Because, you know, it was rough in New Orleans, man. Leon wouldn't listen. Leon fooled the coop. He left us. One time with Don. Don said, you sign me, I'll get you another shot at the title. He signed with Don, and you know that's his history. Don got him 2 favors. Don got him a shot at Larry. Leon got broke at Don. I kept my word with you. So Don convinced Huawei to give him a shot. He said, I'm out there training with Emmanuel Stewart. So Emmanuel talked to Don, and that's how he got the shot at Huawei. That's the history of Leon State. Mm-hmm. Then he started taking fights. Then he fought the guy that holds every border for Border. Rudy Cuba gave him a shot down in Miami. So Leon he just was different than Michael, man. That's the way it is. Listen, if you want to look at the real story, you need to find Mr. T. Because Mr. T was his bodyguard.
Mr. T?
Yeah, he was Leon's bodyguard.
Whoa. Mr. T from Rocky movies. From the A-Team.
From Rocky movies and the A-Team.
Yeah, man. Wow. That would be quite the guy to get on here and talk to, man. Now, how about your days with Butch Lewis? You loved Butch Lewis, didn't you?
Butch was my man. That's my guy, man. Let me tell you something. I had left boxing because I had a kid that I worked with from Charleston, South Carolina. The only guy who would have made history to be in prison and go to the Olympics. We lost to a guy named Tim Dermott. You read my profile, Tim Dermott. We lost in the Olympic trials in 1972 to go to Muncie. And what happened was that he lost, and I walked away from the game. I said, I don't need this headache with these fucking fighters. I'm going to do something else because at that time, I'm a captain in Nation of Islam. I'm with Elijah Muhammad on security. I'm in the streets. doing the same thing Don was doing, running the numbers. So what happened was Butch's father had a collar. Now, I'm gonna tell you the story how Butch got started. Butch Lewis' father, John L. Lewis, had a car lot in Chester, Pennsylvania. Yank Durham, Joe's manager, and Blinky Palambo had a car lot in South Philly. Everybody knows about Blinky Palambo. Blinky had a car lot. And I used to take all the hustlers down to Boss's car lot. And Boss would peel me off. All the hustlers wanted cars for the mystery, and Yank wanted stuff for his fine partners. I'm coming to see you, Mr. Tillman. And so that's what happened. And so we down in the car lot, me and Butch. We couldn't be no more 20 years old then. So we hustling. We selling cars a day. This is James Brown and Aretha Franklin dance on the car lot. But we weren't selling cars. So Joe comes down there with a couple of spine partners, Dwight Triplett. His wife is a judge his first wife is a judge in Vegas now. And now the bird, she's married to that referee.
Oh yeah.
So at that time, Jimmy Young, Marvin Stinson, Leotis Martin, all of them, Yank would get all them guys called from Butch's father. So Butch get to meet Joe. Butch always had an idea when Ali come back, he can beat Joe. So Butch became friends with Joe, and the rest is history. And Butch got ready to leave the collar. Boss said, son, I'm giving you $50,000 a year. He said to me, he said, big country, Leon, you hustling good with me. You making this much Butch making a year here. So why y'all don't get back in that rat race? Yeah, you was in that rat race. Because I had always been around Benny Briscoe and Jesse Joe Harris, and a lot of the old Philadelphia fighters that Blinky had, Charlie Scott, and I knew all the old timers, Bob Montgomery, Ike Williams, all the old timers that brought Chip Gabler in. And plus I knew Ray Robinson from being in the nightclub with my father. So my wife is visiting Rose Schuler, who was James Schuler's sister, who got killed on a motorcycle after black. So that's how Butch got started. Through working with Joe, and then Herbert Muhammad gave him a shot and told Bob, you got to hire this guy if you want to promote Ali. Bob said, I'll hire him, but Butch got to take care of his own man and talk about me. And Bob would tell you that same story. That's how we've gotten into the big times in boxing, and Butch was the vice president when the 76 games came. Butch he didn't sign nobody out of the 80 team because he had, when the 80 team went around, we already had Greg Page. But Greg Page crosses through the coop and went to Don. He left us and went to Don.
Okay.
So that's the story of Butch Lewis, his humble beginning.
Who was the greatest fighter that you come across in your day? I mean, I'm sure people have asked you this question before, but you've seen everybody out there. Who was the best?
The one good day in the country. What you say, Bruce?
I said of all the fighters that you've known that you've hung out with, who was the top dog? Who was number one?
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Sugar Ray Robinson. That's a lot of people will say that.
The greatest of all time. My dear friend from the Motor City. Coughing and shit. Yeah. My dear friends from the Motor City. One of the greatest. Hi, Lina. All right, sweetie. All right, darling. Yeah, he was one of the greatest fighters that ever lived.
What made him so great?
Huh?
What made Sugar Ray Robinson so great?
Sugar Ray Robinson was great. He was intelligent. He studied the ring. He used to get in the ring and study the ring and just work the ring by himself. He would study the ring. He would study every corner of the ring and study the middle of the ring. That's what made him so great. Nobody could hit you with a left hook, back it up, and knock you out. like Ray Robinson. Come up, old lady, you still toting that old bag.
Oh, different.
Like you still in the cotton field. So, yeah, just go ahead. Like, that's what I'm saying to you, brother. This road, when people say, well, how you get this? I came up the hard way. When you talk about boxing, you got to talk about the great guys, Bruce, that never got the shot. Like George Benton, Charlie Burley, all those guys, because those guys wasn't connected. Charlie Burley refused to be connected to the underworld, that who ran the show at that time. See, we didn't have no problem with Ali because those get the power of me that was running Boston, they feared Malcolm. They feared Malcolm. And so we didn't have a problem. They feared Elijah Muhammad. So that's why Herbert Muhammad, Elijah's son, never had no problem with the underworld because he knew Herbert had a bunch of soldiers who would come and any given call. So other fighters didn't have that protection. So Ray Robinson had Bumpy Johnson up there. He had Bumpy. He had all them gangsters, Mississippi, Red Fox, all them Mississippi gangsters, Detroit. So he was all right. And if you don't know, Ray Robinson got his purse before every fight. They brought his purse uptown because he didn't trust John Connor and Murray Goodman and all that and that TV announcer, that clown, that trained a lot of fighters. The guy on the TV booth, Gil Blanton. Gil Blanton. He was a scumbag.
Really?
He was a real scumbag. Everybody liked him. He was the worst. He destroyed Hal Weston. He never should have put Hal Weston with Tommy Turner. Hal Weston was little than Ray Leonard, and you gonna put him with that tall guy. And Hal Weston, Tommy gave him a chat bender, and he never fought again. And Hal was a good little fighter, and he never fought again. So that's what I love about Ray. He's a good man. But you know, the game ain't like that no more, bro. The game is dead. You know that, I know that.
The game is totally changed now. Totally different.
I was just telling the Magic Man something he didn't know. See, when you don't got people looking out for you, you always got a problem. Now, the Magic Man thinks he got one thing from Michael Nunn, but said because he got something else. I know what he got because Don, at that time, Don had Michael Nunn. A lot of people want to say that he was still with Dan Goose. Dan Goose was there. Dan Goose got broke off, but Don King was the boss. You know, when Michael Nunn fell off and went to jail, he was with Don King. So I just told the Magic Man. I said, listen, bro, I'm not saying, but I'm telling you, not what I heard, what I know. So a lot of fighters, like the old guys, they were taking advantage of. Ali was the only one in that era wasn't taking advantage of. If you stay, and don't think this, something I'm going to say, Bruce, it's something crazy. You know, ain't nothing crazy about me.
I know that.
If Ali would stay with them 10 white guys in Louisville, some guys was gangster, racing and cooking the camera. But when Ali said he was walking, Herbert Muhammad went in and with 10 soldiers said, give me this contract. He tore it up in front of their face and said, the next fight, you're going to get your cut, and that's it. If a hair happened on his family head, we're going to show you what the Muslims going to do. And until he died, the children, only one girl, one of the guys with the lawyer was cool. And Elijah said, keep that guy, because he's beneficial to him. He can take care of Ali's family, and they have legal problems down there. There's one guy with the daughter that followed Ali his whole career. And she was at his funeral. Because my daughter sat next to her. And the rest of them, it was crazy, man. Bruce, see, today, these lawyers are getting rich off these fighters. They're getting rich. Like, Bruce, think of the money that these two lawyers are making off of corporate expense, arguing back and forth. I don't think you feel what I'm saying.
Unbelievable.
Terrence Crawford and Earl Spinks got these two lawyers arguing who will get them up money to the fight. If the fight don't happen, y'all gonna get broke from these lawyers. Because the lawyers gonna get paid. The lawyers arguing, the lawyers call you, well, we trying to work it out. Still gotta talk to each other. And you give them 10, 15,000 every week. Come on, Bruce. That's a scam. You better know, lawyers got a license to steal. Can't no court tell, no judge tell a lawyer what to charge you for his service. That's why it's so bad, because lawyers got a license to steal.
And why wasn't it like that in the old days, where the fights were just made and they didn't fuck around with those lawyers? Now it's lawyers everywhere, and I mean we've been waiting for years for Crawford and Spence to sign.
Now listen, see, you had lawyers in them days, but the mob was more in control, and the lawyers didn't want to fuck with the mob. So the lawyers, most lawyers were on the mob payroll. So they run along to get along.
And today, what's it like today? Is there still a mob in boxing today?
Well, the mob is more in the basketball and football. I'll tell you how they got in. See, most of the football agents and basketball agents are Italians. They extort the agents. They will extort the ball players, especially they can never score the guy like LeBron James because he's too high profile. And plus all these kids today come from the hood from them gangs, and they got all them gang kids. The mob know they can't wipe out all them gang kids around the country. All them gang kids may fight each other, but they stick together against somebody else. So that's why the mob don't have no control of this. So the mob takes what they get from these agents, because most of the agents are Italian or Jewish. You have very few black basketball players that got black agents or black lawyers handling their business. See what I'm saying, Bruce?
Yeah, I do, man. Yeah,
So
I do.
the mob is dead when it comes to boxing. Because all these kids, I ain't gonna call them names, but I'll tell you, there's a certain fighter that the mob went to, right? When he came back, when he wanted to go medal. They said, listen, we're gonna take care of your career. We're gonna give you $350. So this certain fighter said to them, I'm not signing. So they said, well, meet us here, we can bring you down. So they came to this fighter that you and I know, I'm telling them on the end, told them, I ain't signing. So when they came back, the certain mob guy, we know that back in the old days, grandson came and said, listen, you got to sign, it'll be a problem. So when he said that, he stepped out of his Cadillac. He had about 20 Crips and 20 Bloods with him. So the mob guy said, why you bring all these guys? He said, you brought your partner, why can't I bring mine? You brought them to make sure I sign. I brought these gang members to make sure they're gonna make sure I don't sign. And he never had no problem. I'm talking about Melvin Carroll.
Incredible stuff. Now, how about you? Do you ever have any problems with the mafia?
No, Bruce, I never had no problem because, you know, let me tell you, I got along with all them guys in South Florida. I got along with them. I had no problem with them. They had no problem with me because they know I was a renegade Muslim, and they know I was alleged part of that black mafia. I was temple number 12 in Philadelphia. I never had no problem. I got along with all them guys, even in the penitentiary. I know them all. And all of them know that I was close to Blinky and I was semi-close to Miles Lansky. I knew mine in the later years because I used to watch cars. See, Bruce, on 40th Street and 8th Avenue, Jack Dempsey had a joint where all the poor fighters used to go eat. Jack would give bean soup, bread, and turkey necks and shit from the bar. And I used to watch cars, me and my brother, my little friends, as a teenager. So I knew all them guys as a teenager. They respected me and said, "You're a good hustler. You're going to be all right." And that's why I got my slogan from all my videos from Miles Lansky. It's never personal. It's always business. And I followed Miles his whole career. Saw how he think. Miles think with a pencil, not with a pistol. That's why Miles lived to be 97 and died in his sleep. He was very smart. Miles Lansky was a smart guy. That's why I respect Miles Lansky and principal Lambo.
You're a pretty smart guy too, Leon. You're not fucking around. You're pushing 80 years old now, aren't you, brother?
I'll be 80 in 57 days.
57 days. Woo! That's a milestone, my man. That's a milestone.
And Bruce can tell you, man, it's a shame how the guys today making all this money and doing nothing with it. They're buying more cars and the children ain't got no good education.
Yeah.
See, Bruce, I come out the cotton field. I know what it's like not to have, Bruce. I know what it's like to be dirt poor. Me and my brother wearing the same shoes. I know what it's like. So I made a lot of money, Bruce. I blew a lot of money. Cause I was married 3 times. You know how that go.
Oh yeah.
So each time I got divorced, I had a female judge. So the rest is history. But what I will say to you, Bruce, since the fight games became corporate, it got worse. Now, when the mall ran, it was better. Because you didn't fuck around. You work. You didn't get no signing bonus of $350,000, $1 million. That wouldn't happen. The TV networks didn't come. It was better when the fight was on. To me, it was better when they had Friday night fights and Tuesday night fights on the radio. You remember them days, Bruce?
I'm a little bit younger than you, Leon, but I do remember fights on the radio. I do remember the big fights, but I don't remember the Tuesday night and the Saturday night fights on the radio. I don't remember the Gillette fights. Just a little too young.
The girl with the Gillette fights. Yeah, I'm talking about. Now, I remember listening to Archie Moore, and when he went up in Canada, he got knocked down 3 times in the first round, came back and knocked the guy out. My father was sitting on the porch.
What was that? Yvonne Durrell? Was that the guy he fought?
Yvonne Durrell up in Canada.
Yep.
And he won the title.
Yeah, that was an amazing fight. I watched that fight not too long ago. I think it was on the Dumont Network.
Yeah, and Bruce, it's a king that Archie Moore George. Jane Marie, she's out in Vegas struggling. Nobody taking care of her. Archie's Jordan.
Wow.
Out there in Vegas, with all the money in Vegas, all the old timers that's left that knew Archie, some of them that Archie helped, some of the fighters that still around like George, Archie helped. Nobody won't help that young lady.
Yeah,
and it's sad.
It's very sad.
She told me to call Don. I said, I'm not gonna call Don, because Don didn't make no money off your father. You got to call them white lawyers in San Diego, Dr. William, that's still around, Dr. William on the end, making money off him doing guest appearance. You got to call him. Why should Don King help you? He said, well, because he's a millionaire. I said, no. Because he's a millionaire, Don got to help the people that got him there. Well, your father didn't get him there. Don was in the member business. And your father was fighting, Don was in the member business. So he don't owe you nothing. The white boys, the lawyers that I used to hang around with before he died in 98, them the guys you need to go see. Them and their children. She got mad at me and she didn't call me since. Because I'm not going to let you exploit Don. Don's my guy. That's not going to happen. Don don't owe you nothing. Go to the people in Vegas, the casino, the artists used to come out there, shake hands with, along with Joe Lewis. It's the same, man.
Tell me some Don King stories, Leon.
Don King. Born in Cleveland, August 20th, 1933. That's my man, Bruce, only in America.
Only in America.
Don lived the American dream. You can say, people going to say, Don robbed this fighter, Don robbed that fighter. That's what the press says. But the press don't tell you when the fighters come to him and say, DK, I need 50,000. For what? My mom want a new house. My brother want a new car. She want a new fur coat. I want to start on my oldest son college tuition. When you get a big fight and Don take his money back, you telling the press that he stole your money. But you don't tell the press all the advancement that you got. That's what I'm saying, man.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Don's a hell of a guy, man. Them bought fire trucks for the community. Them gave out turkey. Them sent kids to college that he don't even know. That's how it goes, bro.
How come Don? Why does Don have such a bad reputation for screwing fighters?
Well, you know, most of all Don fighters on the end became junkies. When the junkie got the money to keep getting high, he'll do anything. He'll go to the press, and the guy he give a sword to, give him $1,000, $2,000, he can get high.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that fucking dope will do it, man.
Hey, Bruce, check the record. The only guy fighter Don had to pay was Terry Nosh. Everybody else, Don beat him in the courtroom.
All right.
And that's public record. That's public knowledge. My father, Tim Witherspoon, and Timmy will tell you. While Timmy would have won, but Don was on trial. If Don would have got convicted, it would have been years for Timmy to get what he was suing for. So Timmy shut out of court. Now, I don't know if Timmy told you the whole story, but Timmy will tell you. My guy, Tim Witherspoon, that's my man. I talked to him last week.
Yeah, I talked to him Saturday night. In fact, I called the Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia fight with Tim. In fact, you called me while we were doing that, and I didn't know the number because you got your number changed, and that's what I was doing on Saturday night. But man, I'll tell you, Don King, if he was running Vegas right now, would it be different than it is today?
Yeah, because Bruce, you may not like him, but nobody did the way Don did. See, when Don did shows, the Hollywood stars came out. All the big name actors came out for the whole week. Took off work for the whole week to come out because Don threw extravaganza the whole week. You know,
how was
a lot of fighters? Listen, nobody did it like Don. Nobody did the after parties like Don and Bush Lewis.
How bad was the feud between Bob Arum and Don King? Did they actually want to kill each other?
It was bad. I used to have to get between. Bob is a corporate guy. Him and Don all right now, so they're old.
Mm-hmm.
But they made a lot of money together, though. They made a lot of money together. They didn't get along. But when it was time to come to that money, that Jew and that nigga from Cleveland, oh, they got the money. They got the money.
Yeah, they did, man. Yeah, they did. Some of the greatest fights that we've ever seen. What was the deal with the Rumble in the Jungle? Bob Arum was supposed to promote that fight. I'm just doing it from what I saw in the movie.
No.
Okay, tell us the truth on the Rumble in the Jungle.
The Rumble in the Jungle. Don had just come home. Don had did a show for a hospital in Cleveland. They raised money for a black hospital in Cleveland. And Don didn't know boxing. So Don friend, the singer, Lord Price.
Yep.
Introduced Lord Price, the singer Stagger Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Price introduced Ali to Don. And what happened was, Ali had already knew Don, but Floyd made an exception, and Ali agreed to do the charity event, and the rest is history. So Don, I came up with the idea, the black promotion, all black card. Don played the race card, and he played like everybody played. But Am wanted Ali to fight Jerry Corey for the second time in the guard. But Don made sense. He said, Ali, Jerry don't have the title, but George got the title. Because he had Ali was coming off me, beat Norton in the rematch. So they're in an apartment in New York. This is on ESPN. Don and Am were sitting around laughing, eating, telling the story. So Don was in the bathroom. Don, funny motherfucker. That's my man. Him and his son Carl King. That's my crew. I love Carl and his wife. So what happened was, Don convinced George to sign. He got Herbert Muhammad to sign. And Don hustled and came up and went to Matukbu in Africa. And he gave Don the $10 million to put on the fight and the festival. And the closed circuit arrest, Don put in his spot. And then he came back the next year, October 1st, 1975, with Jamarco and the Manila, and made the Thriller in Manila. And he didn't look back.
Were you at those fights also, Leon?
I was at the Thriller. I was at the Thriller in Manila. I was at the Thriller in Manila. I wasn't in Zaire because I had just came home from the feds and the parole officer, and at that time, I couldn't get a passport.
Okay. How was that Thriller in Manila? Was that like the most incredible 14 rounds in boxing history?
Shit. I was so tired from the heat that in the 8th round, I went back upstairs. Because I was a diabetic, overweight. If I'd stayed down there 14 rounds, I might have died down there, man. So Bodine Brown said, champ, going back upstairs, man. In the heat, man. I passed by Marvin's Freight, and he was so gripped in sweat, I had to pass the corner to get out of there. Marvin's Freight and George Benton was soaking wet. Eddie Fletch had sweat running down his whole pants. That's how hot it was.
And Ali and Joe Frazier are giving themselves hell in that ring for all that time. How did they do it? How did they humanly get away with that? You couldn't even hang out there. It was so hot.
Bruce, it was so hot over there, my brother. I'm telling you, Bruce, it was so hot. Those two should have retired that night. Ali went on, made history. But Joe was done. I think Joe had two more fights One with George in 76. Then he got a draw with the guy that's in prison now from Chicago.
Jumbo Cummings. Yeah, Jumbo Cummings, right?
Jumbo Cummings. So you and your fans should know by now that I know what I'm talking about.
They definitely do. Let me shout them fans out there too, because they're in here listening to you. I want to acknowledge them being in here, man. Let's see who came in here and that I haven't shouted out. Just Do Boxing, my brother Blood Boxing is out there. Chi-Town's Finest, Two Matador, Remy, Nando, still here. G5, my brother. Thank you guys for coming in here. I'm talking to my friend, the legendary Leon Mohammed, the guy who was Leon's is going to be 80 years old in 50 some odd more days. And Leon's my brother. He's got some stories that blow my mind, and it's an honor when I can talk to him. And I asked him if I could go on live with him this morning. Graciously accepted me to do it. If anybody has any questions out there, you can type them in the chat, and we'll relay them to Leon over here, man. I got one question came up a little bit earlier from Joe. He said, wasn't there a guy in prison trying to make the Olympic team in the 70s that you had something to do with?
Bobby Hunter from Charleston, South Carolina. Bobby Hunter.
Bobby Hunter. Okay, man. Because Joe's a historian.
He was, tell you, man, he was in a prison in Columbia, South Carolina called Manning Correctional Institution. It's public knowledge.
So who were some of the best fighters to come out of prison? How was like James Scott, Eddie Mustafa Muhammad, Kwawi?
Now, Kwawi did well. James Scott never got out. He got out later on, but he was done. Because James Scott didn't do what the governor asked him to do and what Murad asked him to do, so he was serving a life sentence. Kwawi and them guys were able to get out. They was able, Murad and them was able to make moves because them guys didn't have that much time, 15, 18. I think Kwawi had 18 years, and he had did about 7 to 8. Murad was able to get the road board to let him out. And you know, Kwawi never had no amateur fight. He just had the prison fights. So he came out, made a lot of money, fighting Big George, fighting Michael Spence, fighting everybody, fighting Holyfield, Kwawi, two-time world champion, light heavyweight champion, cruiserweight champion, until he shot at the heavyweight title. He fought Big George, and Big George come back, had Big George in trouble, but Big George overpowered him. But Kwawi did good for himself, and then you had the guy that worked at the prison, got 4 light heavyweight shots. He just died.
Marvin Johnson.
Yep,
Marvin Johnson.
Not Marvin Johnson. Not Marvin Johnson. I don't think he ever was in prison. Marvin Johnson came out of Indiana. He fought Saad Muhammad 3 times.
Mm-hmm. Marvin was a prison guard.
Saad Muhammad was never in prison. He was an orphan.
He was one of the greatest.
He's one of the greatest light heavyweight champions, but he didn't listen. Saad had a hard head and weak for women. Listen. We put $1.5 million on the table. He got a tax problem. Butch put $1.5 million on the table. Murad Muhammad tell you because he was side promoter. His manager, Brother Bilal, and Baha Muhammad and Ben Muhammad had just made a deal with Butch because they had Eddie Mustafa. Murad was Eddie Mustafa's promoter too. And Eddie Mustafa lost the title to
Michael
Spinks. And then Michael Spinks always wanted to fight Saad, because Saad would come to the fight talking trash about Michael the Howard said. And one day after Michael knocked out somebody, I think it was the kid from Michigan. Was the white kid from Michigan, Bruce?
Jim McDonald? Is that the kid?
Not Diamond Jim McDonald, the Marine, the tough Marine, not him. The other guy from some parts of Michigan. Michael fought him twice. He stopped him the last time. The first time the fight went 10, and Michael won unanimous decision. Tough white kid, tough motherfucker.
Yeah.
Tough as nails. But the second time, Michael knocked him out in the 8th round. I can't think of his name right now.
Michael was tough. Michael was a great light heavyweight. Why
he had that funny style. Michael had that funny style, and you couldn't beat it. And to answer your man's question, James Scott never got out because he wouldn't play ball with the powers to beat. Murad Muhammad could have got him out. We all know Murad. He had all the light heavyweight. And the boy just died. Bruce, me and you were talking about him a couple weeks ago. He was a prison guard. He got 4 shots at the light heavyweight title and never could win it.
Yaki Lopez.
No, not Yaki Lopez. Yaki Lopez is still alive in California.
Okay.
Not Yaki. He fought 4 times. He was a prison guard. Richie Cates.
Oh, yes, shit, man. Richie Cates. What wars? Richie and Saad Mohammed. What wars they had?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the best war Saad had was with Yaki Lopez. The best one with Saad had was with Yaki Lopez and Marvin Johnson. Marvin Johnson almost killed him, but he ran out of gas trying to get Saad, and Saad wound up getting him.
That was the first fight or the second fight?
Both fights.
Both fights. They were both great fights, man. Saad just had Marvin Johnson's number.
Saad won both of them. But it's a shame how Saad went out homeless. He got buried in a Baptist church in Philadelphia. Willie the Worm, all of them had to come together and bury. Saad was dead broke.
Why does that happen? Why does that happen to so many boxers today, Leon? How come all the great fighters from the 80s and the 90s, how come they're all broke today?
Well, Holyfield ain't broke. He made a comeback. He had some problems. He ain't broke. Michael Spinks ain't broke.
Well, that's the exception to the rule. Most of these guys are
listen, I can name a lot of them ain't broke. They are not well off, but Payne Thomas still got some money. Bone Crusher got all his money because he's cheap and he had 2 or 3 college degrees. Bone's all right. And a lot of them guys that didn't make a lot of money is all right. Like Kevin C. Booker is all right. Cornell Whitaker was all right before he got killed in a car accident. His children got something nice. He was all right. Remember, Taylor's broke. Tyrell Biggs is broke. He's broke. Johnny Bumpus, my fighter, was broke. But Johnny became a great trainer, and he made a lot of money training fighters. He had 2 world champions before he passed. Johnny got back. Rocket Lodger died broke and sick. But them guys had drug problems, and them guys had 2 or 3 different marriages and shit, and a bunch of kids.
That'll take your money fast. The drugs, the women, and the kids. But I hope it doesn't happen to fighters today. Is that why they're not fighting as much as they were? Is that why they're demanding these outrageous purses?
Yeah, that's because these guys today is getting a lot more. What Ryan got last night, Johnny Bumpus didn't get his whole career. What Ryan Garcia got the other night, Johnny made some money. Johnny's biggest purse was when he fought Lord Hunter. I was Johnny's co-manager with Shirley Pinto. So that's what I'm saying to you. So Bruce, these fans have to understand. These guys had all these entourages and shit. That's what killed all these guys. You got these entourages, these hangovers, then you got greedy people in your family. And it's terrible. Larry had an entourage, but Larry had his whole family with him. You didn't see nobody in Larry's entourage other than his family, with 2 lawyers, Richard Giagetti, and Diane took care of that money. Larry took the risk because of his wife Diane. And 40-something years later, they still together. Larry had his problem with other girls, but he never left Diane. Diane took care of that money. That's why they're living good. He never moved to Hollywood. Stayed right there in Eastern Pennsylvania. Still got his 2 nightclubs, his car wash, and his little cheap hotel. Larry, all right.
Yeah, Larry was something special.
Yeah. Now, Penguin Thomas, you know, he put up some money. He did. I think Penguin told me a couple years ago that he had an annuity that every December 4th or 5th or 6th, he gets $75,000 for the rest of his life. He could live off of that because Penguin, Penguin, he made some money, and he didn't listen to Angelo and say no money. But he listened to Angelo and let Angelo, when he fought Tyson, he gave Angelo some money to put up. Angelo put him up, and now he gets Angelo gone, but he gets $75,000. Michael Spence gets $132,000 every November for the rest of his life. Butch Lewis put that money up. See, Michael was a smooth guy. He trusted Butch, and Butch did right by him. So that's what I'm saying to you. And that's what I'm saying. These guys today, they ain't even tough to say no money. I don't know them guys' business, but what I will tell you that Al Heyman ain't what people think he is. He's a music guy. Frankie Palermo once told me, he said, Champ, he called me Big Country. He said, Big Country, let me tell you something. You are a matchmaker. Don't try to do nothing else in boxing because you're going to fail. Do what you do best, and you'll be all right. And that's what I did. And I did what Ricky told me to do. And that's why and that's why I did what I did.
Now, what do you know about Al Heyman? You want to talk about Al a little bit?
Al Heyman is a guy I don't know, don't care about him. There's so many stories out there about him being this and being that. But what I will tell you, his brother Bobby was with us.
Okay.
His brother Bobby was with Don King. That's the ring 24-8. When you get a chance back then. So that's what I can say. But his man.
Oh, you still there, bro? I think I might have lost Leon's connection here. We've had a great stories going on.
Bruce, you there?
There we go. Yeah, there we go. I'm glad you're still here. We're talking
what
about
I'm saying.
Bobby.
This man that was in the ring, Sam Watson. That's my guy. Sam Watson's old street hustler, come out of Memphis, Tennessee, and move out to LA. I need to trade baby. So that's what I'm saying to you, Bruce. Here you go. So that's how that's going down. So when them type of guys don't understand the business, you're a music guy. You jump in something and got all these fighters. You only got one star. That's Earl Spence, and he can't get the fight done. See, Bruce, the fighters don't understand. You don't need Al Heyman. Chance Crawford don't need nobody when he was with Bob. You can use the Muhammad Ali act and get the fight done. I'm gonna tell you a story, you people. When Mike Tyson went with Don King, Bill Caton was still the manager of record. They went into court. You got a key? So they went into court. The judge told Don King, I'm sitting right there, me and John Soberg and the people from the garden, said, Mr. King, Mr. Tyson, I can't stop you from fighting for Don King production, but I can order that Don King pay big fight Bill Caton and Lorraine Jacobs, because Jimmy Jacobs had died. And that's how they were able. Bill King got paid for the next 5 years. And then Bill King, you know the story, he sold his fight library to ESPN. They paid him in on his office for 10 years. Steve Locke stayed in that office for 10 years. Until, because when Mike fired everybody, we went with Don, Kevin Rooney and everybody. So that's the story. I'm telling you the gospel. That's probably not. But I was there, and I'm glad I was there, and I'm glad I've been blessed to tell these stories to the public Because they got a bad perception of Don. They got a bad perception of Pam. They got a bad perception of Frankie Warren. All this from promoters that were successful, that with criminal backgrounds. They think because Don was a number, that'll make him a thief because he was booking numbers. Prior to today, what did Larry Holmes always said? I'm rich because of Don King. Larry always said that. Larry said, I'm still rich today because of Don King. When they asked him questions about Don, he said, sure, Don might took more than he should have took, but I'm still rich today, and my children are pretty rich because of Don King. Because Larry was fighting, when Don signed him, he was fighting, he was working Ali and fighting in Scranton, Pennsylvania. His first, if you check your record, his first 3 or 4 fights was in Scranton, Pennsylvania, for a few $100. Now look at the second one. Look at Big George. Got that big payday. And Roman and John. So you got to give DK credit, man. Nobody came out the prison. Hazel, give me a plate. Nobody have done what DK did. DK controlled the heavyweight division and lightweight division. Am had the middleweight division, and Butch Lewis had the light heavyweight division.
Hey, what do you think? What do you think of Don? What do you think of Don King with Adrian Broner now? He just signed Adrian Broner, and they had some bullshit. He didn't show up for a press conference this weekend. Some kind of shit.
Okay, let me tell you that.
Tell me that.
Adrian Broner is on his fight to keep him going in jail. The judge told him that he better have up some money in June and July. So he went to Don, got beef from Ohio, and Don had two of his good fighters, a heavyweight and a bantamweight from Ohio. You remember Tim Austin, who was the longest reigning 10-year champion for the IBF.
Oh yeah.
And Tony Tubb,
oh yeah,
champion of the world, and Tony Tubb lost to Mike Tyson. So Don, I'm Ohio guy, and Adrian was great for Don. He said, listen, I'm broke, I may go to jail if I get some money. So the guy he fight named Bill Hutchinson, I need a play back then when you're a chance. And Bill Hutchinson, he's a lawyer, 22-2. I think Christian Martin. Thank you. I think Christian Martin found this guy for Don. He's a lawyer out of Florida, 22-2. Bill Hutchinson. You people can, I got it. She just wrote to me. So that's what I'm saying, Bruce.
So you think Adrian Broner is going to fight, or do you think he's just taking Don's money?
No, he's not going to take Don money. He Don got too many soldiers. Don is equivalent. And plus Don knows how to write it off. See, Don's smart. Very smart. He's going to be 92 years old August 20. And Anne's going to be 92 in October.
Man, I'll tell you one thing, Leon. You have a sharp mind, my brother. You can remember days and dates and times. It's incredible, man. It's incredible. I hope when I get to your age that I'm going to be as sharp as you are, bro.
Well, all I can say, brother, is that I've been blessed.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Leon, I kept you for over an hour, my man. I don't want to take up your whole day, bro. And you know, you and I can talk for hours on here, man.
If you got some more questions out there, I answer.
All right, man. If anybody has any questions for Leon Muhammad, drop them out there. And I mean, there's we have so many glorious moments that this man has lived through. Leon, how come Michael Spinks got knocked out in the first round against Mike Tyson? What was the story behind that?
Well, let me say something. I want the world to know this. I'm saying this, and Michael know I'm gonna say it. Going into that fight, Michael had 2 knee operations, and Michael going in that fight, Bruce, 35 years ago, lose or win, it was over. He wasn't gonna fight no more.
Okay.
Because the doctors Had to pack him up to get us to that fight. Had to shoot up his knee every day. Like the doctor had to shoot up Joe's back every day and hip every day from Manila. We had to get a doctor to shoot Michael every day across the train. The train at the Pleasantville Recreation Center in Pleasantville, New Jersey. And Michael's mother said, my son had 2 operations. He said, "What, Big Leon, this is it." She came in and said, she said, all the money my money paid y'all, my son paid y'all, y'all ain't paid nothing. This is it. He's not fighting no more. This is my child. And Mama Katie was a tough Christian woman. That's his mother, Miss Katie Smith. And Mama Katie said, that was it. So I told Michael, this motherfucking animal. I said, throw that, if you watch the tape, Michael was throwing that thing, he admit, and Mike Tyson on land. That's it. That was what happened. Bruce, we were leaving anyway. It was over anyway. It was over.
So that was a big cash grab. That was a big payday. A retirement fight.
Bruce, when it was over, when the carry up, like his face got a total, we was guaranteed 13 months back. And should have picked to tell you because he made the deal with Butch. And it's probably not. It's in the hall of Atlantic City Records. When it's all said and done, the pay-per-view and all the interviews that Butch and Michael did, they got paid for. We wound up with 22.8. Tyson wound up with 41.7.
Wow. And that was 1980.
June 27th, 1988.
88 money. That would be worth
June 27th.
Double.
June 27th on a Monday night.
My brother Blood Boxing wants to ask you, what's your opinion of Reuben Hurricane Carter?
From Patterson, New Jersey, the former middleweight contender, the former late middleweight contender. He got a raw deal. He got a raw deal. They lied on him, put them homicides on him, took him all them years to get out of prison and get vindicated. Had Reuben not got convicted, he's been world champion. Bruce, you gotta go back and watch the tape. Tell your man to watch the tape. He beat George Giardello.
He beat Georgie Benton?
He beat George Giardello. Hurricane Carter.
Giardello.
George Giardello, he beat George Giardello. He was a Guinea, and the guys downtown had him. And Bruce, I don't know if you know or not, Lou Duba was George Giardello manager. Lou Duba.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Lou. That's how he schooled George Benton. Lou was a big time. Lou was a big time shop steward in the trucking union. But Lou didn't call the shots. His brother Carl called it stuff. Carl knew all the movers and shakers in South Philly. So Carl really called the shots. But Carl wasn't a boxing guy. They come up in his gym. See, a lot of people don't know. Lou Duba was a pro fighter. He had a 9-5 or 9-7 record.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's coming out. I ain't gonna tell your family nothing that they can't go check me.
Oh, I know that, bro. Bro, you know when you say it, it's gospel, man. I know that. You're not out here looking for anything. You're just out here to tell the truth.
Out of all them guys today, when it's all said and done, all the guys I helped, the closest guy I'm with today, my dear friend is Carl King, Don's son. We are real close. Carl been sick, but he's coming back. Carl is my man. Carl King and his wife been together 45 years. And Carl, the youngest guy in the world, Carl had just turned 64, 65, had 25 world champions, and nobody talk about that. They talk about his father, but and him not keeping the fighters in check. His father wouldn't have had the fighters to make history. Carl had Tim Branning. He had Tim with my no Timmy Soji. It's history.
All those people are making a lot of noise. Tell them to be quiet. Tell them you're on the air over here.
No, I'm in the dining hall. I love that, bro.
Oh, I know that, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you spending your lunch hour with us over here, man. Hey, I got one more question for you. Somebody out there, my friend Joe, he wants to know if you have any memories of Trevor Burbick.
Okay. The fighting preacher from Jamaica.
There we go.
It's a shame that his niece and nephew killed him for a life insurance policy. I was there when him and Larry got into it. Him and Larry. Trevor Burbick was all right. Me and his trainer was all right. Lee Black out of New York was his trainer. Trevor Burbick was a good religious guy, but Trevor Burbick, he just didn't listen to Angelo. He didn't listen to him. But Angelo told him to listen. Don't fight Mike Tyson. Fight Tony Tucker. If you lose to Mike Tyson, there's no more payday. If you lose to Tony Tucker, your Tyson, you get another shot. You get a shot at Mike Tyson anyway. So you got two paydays. But he listened to Angelo Dunning. So after Mike Tyson, he never got another big payday.
Why did Larry Holmes go crazy on him like that? Jump over the car, give him that flying drop kick? What was that all? Was that something with a babysitter or something?
It was over some girl or something. And he was talking trash about doing something to Larry's wife, Diane. Trevor was a nutcase.
I know he was a nutcase, man. He was murdered by his nephew, wasn't he? His nephew and his aunt, his uncle, something. I mean, it was bizarre.
His niece and nephew killed him.
Niece and nephew. Over drug money?
Insurance policy, drug money, stuff.
Oh, insurance, man. Crazy stuff, man. Now, my friend Punchy asked you, Tyson Fury and Usyk, who do you think will win?
Who?
Tyson Fury and Usyk, the two heavyweight champions today.
Tyson Fury. I'll tell you why. Ain't trying to move. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Atlanta. He's very lucid. He's very smart. That's why Dante Wilder could never beat him. Because Dante Wilder. Dante Wilder really lost him in California, because what he's done up in that 12th round, like the Undertaker,
yeah,
he said, and they gave the fight a draw, because Dante Wilder beat that night. And helped Dante Wilder get the draw. But he said, all I gotta do is wait till I get him in Vegas. And then Dante Wilder complained. First, he complained about the uniform he wore. The costume. You took them people $50 in the way. You took the $50. Then you mad at Mark Wheeler for stopping the fight. Mark stopped the fight. So Bruce, the junior people remember, a couple of weeks earlier, Buddy McGuffey had lost a fight at the MGM Grand National Harbor in Maryland. Mark Wheeler did it right there. Then he said, then he talking about the gloves. Then he talking about Mark Wheeler put something in the water. Wilder was a nut. Bruce, in all your years of boxing, have you ever seen a heavyweight champion cry like that when you lose?
No, sir.
And then you say, Kenny Bayless and Mark Wheeler picked the fight. Kenny Bayless, one of the well-respected referees out there. Kenny Bayless. Him and Tony Weeks.
Yeah, that was bizarre. I think YouTube had more to do with that than Wilder did. I think people blew up those stories. They made up things. It was crazy. And you know when you get on here, somebody says something, it gets blown up in the next chat room. It gets blown up, and pretty soon it's out of control. But yeah, that was all such bullshit, man. The Glovegate, the tampered gloves, the Mark Breland spike in the water. I don't know, man. It's nothing I've ever heard. I never could understand it at all, bro.
What they was trying to do, Bruce, they was trying to say Mark did the same thing that the late Panama Lewis did in Miami with Aaron Pryor and Lexi Aguirre. But if he did something, he did it to help Aaron Pryor. He did it to hurt him. These people's crazy. These sports writers today, they're nuts.
They are definitely fucking nuts. No doubt about that, man.
My brother, it was good talking to y'all. We'll talk soon, Bruce. Post it up and send me the link, my brother.
Absolutely.
Oh, Bruce, I got something I need you to do. I got my friend, I got a sponsor, Bruce. It's called Pro Say Sports Boxing at gmail.com. Pro Say Sports Boxing at gmail.com. You can get your gloves, your hand wraps, and everything from our meal. I'm Ryan, AL-RAIM, ProSaveBoxing.com, Newark, New Jersey. Get your hand wraps, get your gloves, get your shoes, if you're working with fighters, or just get them put in your gym. Peace, my brother. Send me the link. God
bless you, my brother. Peace.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Hey. That's my brother, Leon Mohammed, man. Great guy. He comes down and he gives me the honor of speaking to him, and like I said, man, we were talking for almost an hour and a half. I talk to Leon. He calls me up and we talk for 2 hours. I just listen. He does the talking because he was in the shit, man. He was baptized. He knows Ali. He knew Sugar Ray Robinson. I mean, this dude just blows my mind. He speaks, I listen. It's like J.F. Hutton. Big say-so. Salute, man. Jeff Lucietta. Punche still here, man. Blood. Salute to you, man. Joe, I hope you guys enjoyed this because, man, I sure did. Coco the Bulldog, man. Thank you guys for coming in here. G5, man. Jelly Bean. Thank you, cats, for showing up, man. This was I was going to come on here last night. And I got a call from my brother Skywalker. He wanted me to go on his show live with him. He had a heavyweight. I can't even remember the guy's name, Dion. I can't even remember his name anymore. But anyway, man, it was just a lot of fun talking boxing, talking with people who are involved in boxing. It's what I like to do, man. I appreciate you guys coming here, man. A brief recap of boxing, bro. What can we recap, Ponce? You tell me, bro. We can recap the weekend. I thought we just kind of did a pretty good job there. I thought the best fight of the weekend myself was the Joe Cardona fight, man. Joe Cardona and Rakhimov. That was in the afternoon. It was from across the pond, and it was a split decision. Joe Cardona won his IBF super featherweight title, I believe, and that was a great show, man. And of course, we had the Ryan Garcia Tank Davis spectacle that went on. To me, it was disappointing. I was looking for something bigger. I was psyched all day. It was not what I was expecting. It was Ryan Garcia making all kind of excuses right now. Blood, I'm still using this on a daily basis, man. Thank you so much, Fistiana. Low clarity, salute, my brother. Yes, it sure was, man. That was the fight of the day, and that got me psyched up for the Ryan Garcia fight. And then when it happened, Beck the Bully and and Rosado was it was kind of just a walk in the park kind of a fight. Very, very lopsided decision. Beck the Bully didn't show too much, but now they're talking Beck the Bully and possibly Morel. Morel was on the card. He fought Fukuyama. I don't even know what the hell the dude's name was, man. I thought he was from Japan. He was from Brazil. He got knocked out in the first round. Didn't put up any kind of competition. And the card was basically a letdown. It was good for me because I didn't pay for it, man. You know, I'm on a protest, right? I'm on a protest for pay-per-views. From what I understand, they did quite a few numbers. The numbers were impressive, but I don't know yet. This is what I heard. But you know, you hear things from different people, and until we get an absolute number there, then we'll start talking numbers. But Morel and Benavides. Morel says it's a done deal. I have them. Let's see if I can find that. But anyway, man, I've been on here for longer than I usually am. Enjoying some of that Green Dragon tincture. Got to keep that in the mouth for 30 seconds. Makes the tongue all green. Burns like hell, but the buzz will be there. And I didn't want to do any shots when Leon was here, because if he stopped talking, I was going to have to talk, and I would be probably a mouthful of the green stuff over here, and I would have all over my screen. Wouldn't have looked very nice. Blood, thanks for that compliment, bro. You know, Leon is such a cool guy. We caught him in the cafeteria today. We could hear he was having his lunch. But man, you know, it was just a pleasure to talk to that dude, man, because he's an original soldier. He was in the war. I mean, the dude was a friend of Sugar Ray Robinson's. That kind of says it all right there. But great having all you cats here. I appreciate you coming in here, man. We're gonna have to do it again because I want to get more watch hour time, and the way to do it is talking boxing. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water out there. The key. Get yourself a tumbler like this. Every time you take a sip, my brother Curtis Anderson will be looking at you. Miles Davis will be playing for you, and Marvelous Marvin Hagler will be eyeballing you. Gives me a good incentive to enjoy water, which I do. I try to drink a gallon of water a day. It usually doesn't come out to that much. I just had my delivery today. I think we got 4. How many, baby? How many did we get? 4 or 5 gallons delivered? Maybe she's gone on me. Who knows? Anyway, I'm out of here. Absolutely, blood. One love, man. The love of boxing brings us all together. I'll be coming around, man. Keep your eyes open. Make sure you check out my page on a daily basis. We put on this day, and there's always something happening in boxing. That's one of the things about it, man. There's always something happening in boxing. So shout out, man. God bless.